companies changing their digital transformation strategies from 2024 to 2025? And what are the driving factors behind those changes? Specifically, how is this applicable to the manufacturing sector? To discuss this and more, I'm joined by Scott Kemp, Director of Industry Solutions at SoftServe. This is Marketplace Matters. Hi, Scott. So across industries, how are you seeing companies changing their digital transformation strategies from 2024 to 2025? And what would you say are the driving factors behind those changes?
If we look back at 2024, we can say it was quite a turbulent year in terms of politics, and that's been very difficult for large enterprises to make those kind of long-term bets and investments into, well, their digital infrastructures, also their physical infrastructures. I think we can also say that 2024 was the year of AI, right? You know, everyone was focused on this new technology, getting to grips with what is it, how do I get my people to actually understand it, use it, what are the benefits from it, et cetera, et cetera. I think looking forward in 2025, we see now, okay, companies are starting to make these longer term plans into the future. But I think what we're also seeing in regards to the digital world is, okay, the playing and testing, the science experiments with AI, et cetera, are over. And people are returning back now to, okay, well, what is necessary to create this kind of longer term infrastructure and foundations to enable the AI, so it sits below the AI. And that's where the conversation is really turning to data and data foundations, which is very interesting. And we recently ran a study with over 750 plus digital leaders, asking them, okay, what are the things that they're looking forward to and investing into in 2025? Over 75% of those responded saying that they will be investing and increasing their investment into data and into data foundations. And we can also see as well from our more mature customers, the ones that we reached out to, 42% of the more mature customers are actually investing even more into that foundational capabilities. So laying that foundation for them to scale out what they've done in 2024.
Let's think about the manufacturing sector, which is your area of specialty. So what would you say some of the challenges that your clients are experiencing from a business perspective are, and how would you advise them to use digital initiatives to overcome these?
Yeah, so when I talk to our customers within the manufacturing space specifically, they have a very hard job in that they have to do quite a range of capabilities. They have to go and design and develop products. They have to then manage supply chain, sourcing materials, sustainability within that. Then they have to actually go to production, managing machines, people, operations, getting efficiency, automating into there. And then also they have the hard task of actually then serving their customers efficiently, so delivering on time, delivering at the right cost, quality, et cetera, et cetera. And across all of these very complex supply chain, data is foundational. And if we look back again at 2024 being a kind of experimental year, we've run this recent study which shows that 73% of digital leaders across industries have said that, well, we might have made the wrong investments into the wrong things in 2024. So they see the need that, you know, leaders within any operational environment have a good understanding of what the operation and teams need versus what they're actually investing money into. And now is the time to, okay, well, what is essential? Okay, again, going back to kind of foundations and data to actually drive the high value business cases that really drive performance within manufacturing and across all industries, to be honest.
Excellent. And let's delve a little bit more into the data point there, evidently hugely important. So what would you say are some of the challenges that your clients have in collecting and leveraging on this data, and how would you advise them to potentially overcome some of those pain points?
I think every organization has its dirty cupboard of data, and we talk to a lot of customers who are quite skeptical of the quality of their data. In some ways you can be optimistic, in some ways you obviously have to go do the groundwork. So if we look at our customers and we work with them to say, okay, well, what are the high value use cases and how do you prioritize those to understand what do we need to do and where do you get the low hanging fruits to go and get the most delivery or increase efficiency within your operations. And then working off the back of that, we then say, okay, well, what are the data sets and feature sets that you need to clean up or to really augment or create more data behind or increase the quality of the data to then serve those high value cases. And then the next stage is then, well, from off the back of the experimentations that we were doing in 2024 for a lot of companies, how do you actually use that data to then scale out across production sites in manufacturing or in other enterprises across other units of their company?
So what do you see as the main difference becoming between companies that are able to strategically deploy data assets and those that are not?
Yeah, so I think we're starting to see some differences between companies that are doing this at scale, and that scale is really kind of the whole point of doing these things, right? So how do you get them to work on a large enterprises? And when you start to achieve that scale with a kind of open architecture and systems which enable you to link in different parts of your company, depending on their data setups, etc., we can then start to enable the AI models and other capabilities to really start to behave and drive value. And that's really, in AI often talking about predictability, so predicting ahead, optimizing, and also codifying knowledge to be able to prescribe actions. So we're able to help and advise people who are doing their tasks. And that's really where AI comes and adds the most value. I think we're also seeing companies take advantage of connecting AI across and data across the organization. So I talked earlier about supply chains and manufacturing, the ability to connect the data you're doing in development and design and connecting that to your supply chain and to production and to your customers. And you can start to really digitize across the full breadth of your enterprise. And then finally, we're also seeing companies take advantage of the ability to, find new ways of revenues and monetize data. So data is becoming something you can sell, and you can actually then work on a marketplace to sell this data. And we're seeing this as an interest as well from the study that we ran. And I think that's where we will really start to see the gap open up and the difference between the winners and losers who are doing the hard foundational work.
Amazing. Thank you, Scott. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
For more information about SoftServe, you can visit their marketplace profile page on the London Stock Exchange Issuer Services platform. Thank you very much for watching.